Morning, we are
Joseph Phillips.
Anthony Shadokes,
I am Rashawn Lambert.
Damari Lewis.
and our company is
Alphabet.
Alright, talk about Alphabet, we gotta go back to the beginning. On August 10th, 2015, Larry Page, he announced that Alphabet was gonna be a parent company of Google. And on October 2nd, this became official. Alphabet is broken down into two sections, Google and its other bets. Google is the biggest one it has and has over 100,000 employees. Other businesses that Alphabet acquires is X Development, Calico, Nest, Verify, Martell, Fiber, Bikini, and Capital G. The reason for creating Alphabet is so Google could be slimmer and more focus oriented. These are the other bets that Google has. So Google has Google Maps, YouTube, Android, and this is Alphabet's other bets category. So for 2018, revenue for Alphabet was 136.8 billion, which was 23% higher than what it was the previous year. According to the Global 500, Alphabet was number 37 in the world based off revenue alone. But also, the main reason the Alphabet's also good is because of market capitalization. Market cap is the market value of publicly traded companies' outstanding shares. Market capitalization is equal to the shares price of multiple share prices times the shares outstanding. Alphabet's market price is 167.2 billion in the second in the world, only behind Apple. Alphabet and Google is a global company. The company it has locations in over 50 different countries and has over 100,000 employees. Google's employee satisfaction rate is 86%, which is fourth, but according to Business Insider in 2018, Google is the #1 ranked company to work for. Also, Google's experience median pay is $140,000 a year, which is a lot of money. The average for America is only $47,000. And Google, since it has a lot of global companies that it also works with, it also has FDIs, foreign direct investments. It has locations in China, Europe, Africa, everywhere. In 2015, on August 10th, Google created its first FDI with a Chinese startup company that works with food. Speaking of other companies, Amazon and its competitors. Amazon is one of Alphabet's biggest competitors. Amazon right now currently has the world's richest man, which is Jeff Bezos. And Amazon also is a global company as well, so they compete on not just a local level and a domestic level, but globally as well. So now that Amazon's also growing, Amazon last quarter had an increase of 37% in revenue, which is even higher than Alphabet's. And also Amazon isn't their only competitor. Just last year, at the beginning of 2018, Alphabet sued Uber over one of its other bets, which was a self-driving car technique that Uber used, because Alphabet fired one of its head engineers and the engineer moved on to Uber and stole the company's info. After the lawsuit ended at the beginning of 2018, Uber has agreed to pay Alphabet $236 million of their $7.2 billion investment. And so now that Emma talked about Amazon and Uber, they're both threats to Alphabet. And speaking of threats, now on to SWOT. That's it.
Okay, my name is Joseph Phillips. Now we'll be going over the SWOT analysis of Alphabet Incorporated. I'll be going through the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, the strengths of Alphabet Incorporated consists of market leaders in search engines, ability to generate user traffic, revenue from advertising and display, introduction of Android and mobile technologies. The weaknesses of Alphabet Incorporated consist of excessive reliance on secrecy, falling ad rates, over-dependence on advertising, lack of compatibility with next generational devices. Opportunities consist of Android operating system, diversification, non-ad business models, Google Glass and Google Play, cloud computing. And the threats of Apple Incorporated consist of competition from Facebook, mobile computing, non-profitable products, and competition from Microsoft. With that being said, I will be going over the competition with Microsoft. Microsoft is one of Alphabet's many competitors using the same framework. Microsoft's search engine Bing is competing through cloud computing initiatives other than Alphabet's digital advertising. Alphabet has less debt with about $5 billion, while Microsoft is at $8.6 billion in debt. Over the next 5 years, Alphabet is expected to grow 60% compared to Microsoft's 14% rate. Here's a quick chart of Google being number one over all these other major companies.
My name is Rashawn Limber, and our topic was Alphabet. So Alphabet is, everybody knows, as a parenting company of Google. Alphabet is one of the most cash-rich companies. When it comes to them and their competitors, not too really much. You wouldn't want to celebrate on Alphabet as being a cash-rich company because it's not really a big matter. It focuses on the needs and satisfaction of their employees and their customers. Alphabet connects with all people or all companies across the country, which I would say maybe China or other companies across the country, which it cooperates with business operations, which they'll say. They lock in with, like I said, other countries across the company. It maybe take them 1 or 2 years to gain their confidence between them and other companies for their percentages to go up. Like for example, Apple and Alphabet. Apple is one of their most top competitors, which Apple, they work with suppliers in which they recycle from, they verify other requirements. It focuses on the later stage of startups, which is, like I said, Apple. They both are increasing percentage in their time or their company, I would say, but they increase as well. But Apple, it increased every other 30 days by 20% percentage.
For Google and Alphabet, the smart business decision was for Google to become a part of Alphabet, so they can maintain a sustainable competitive advantage within their market. Recently, Sundar Pichai was recently named sole CEO of Alphabet after President Larry Page and CEO Sergey Brin were both asked to step down due to lawsuits being presented. Alphabet is a part of a centralized and decentralized management style, and therefore, with the lawsuits that are pending against both Larry Page and Sergey Brin, it is a good idea that Sundar Pichai, who knows the business, will be able to help Google and Alphabet advance further in their business ventures. This move also gives Pichai complete control over the responsibilities of not just his usual job of Google, Gmail, and Chrome and Android and YouTube Maps, but also gives him complete control over the company in its entirety, which actually gives him more independent control and command for the centralized decisions that need to be made. For the subsidiaries of Alphabet, even though this decision to incorporate Pachauri as CEO, it actually still affects them as their main decisions of merging, acquiring, and as far as budget, incorporates comes from his top management position. Also, the company has more space and leeway to make the important decisions, and the subsidiaries would also be able to answer to only one boss, that being Pichai, as he is the only CEO, as opposed to answering to two like Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
Now that Sundar Pichai is taking over as CEO for Alphabet, Alphabet's going to be trying to take a new approach. The new approach is to make the CEO more money-oriented, because for the past few years, the CEO of Alphabet have not been more money-oriented, which is weird for a technology company like Alphabet, because its competitors such as Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft are three of the richest and most popular companies in the world. So to see this new approach, they don't know, the board members and the shareholders, they don't know if this new approach will help the company or hurt the company, because it can go either way.
My name is Joseph Phillips.
I'm Anthony Shadokes,
My name is Sean Lambert.
Damari Lewis.
and our company was Alphabet.